going and figure out why I can't see my comments. I'll give everybody a few minutes to hop on. Here we go. Okay. Monday, it's August, it's hot out and I'm wearing a sweater. Yes, that is all accurate, but it's chilly in here today and I had to show off my new sweater. So, it's a trade-off. Tell me hi, tell me what you're working on, tell me how your weekend was. If you were shop hopping with the Heartland Yarn Adventure, tell me if you enjoyed it, if it was your first time, what was your favorite thing you saw? I want to hear all the things today. Hi, Jean. Hi, Mama. Hi, Sherry. I'm Nicole, working on your Astropop. Excellent. I actually have a couple rows of just stockinette that I can work on a little bit while I'm chatting with everybody. So we'll see how it goes if I actually make it very far with it and don't mess it up. Hopefully I don't mess it up. As a reminder, we are live on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you end up having problems with one or the other, know that we're on both. You don't have to have a Facebook account in order to see us on Facebook. You can just go directly to facebook.com/Little Yarn Shop if you're watching on YouTube and you have issues. It should be both, Marianne. Let me look and see. On my end, it's showing that we're on both YouTube and Facebook. Hi, Cheryl. Happy Monday. Hi, Mercina. Maybe, hi, Oriana. Marianne, I don't know. Maybe it's just glitching somehow. You might have to go out and go back in. It's my computer is showing me that I'm on YouTube. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Hi, Leslie. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is August, I almost said April, August 4th, 2025. My name is Kristen. I'm the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. Marketplace hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. July 21st is the one popping up. Huh, odd. Hi, Amber. Thanks for joining us. So the marketplace in its entirety is open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The yarn store is open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. There are a few businesses that are expanding their hours. Durf Deli is open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Myrna's is open on Mondays and Tuesdays. And the salad bar is open on Tuesdays as well as Purple Sage Beads. Tasha, who owns the salad bar, does Taco Tuesdays. So, it's a great day. Now it's working. Good. But Shar, thank you. Hi, Joyce. Working on Astropop, waiting for clue 2 of Stephen West Sock Along. So yeah, a few of the vendors are open here Mondays and Tuesdays, which is nice if you're around this area and you want to grab a little something. So a few of them were open while we had the Heartland Yarn Adventure going on, which was awesome too. So we got food and other people got food too. Last week, Durf Deli celebrated National Cheesecake Day with dollar cheesecake slices. That was a little bit dangerous, but we survived. My pants might be a little tighter, but it was worth it. So the Heartland Yarn Adventure. we will do the prize drawing at the end. I've got two prizes, one from Chaigu and one from Barocco to give away. And so we'll do that toward the end, but we had a really great 10 days. I saw a lot of new faces, a lot of return faces. Hi, Linda. Hi, Fran. Working on your Astropop. Good. I'm glad you like it. Hi, Chris. Um, yeah, we were open every day. Sundays are a little bit quiet, but I wanted to give people the most opportunities that we could in order for them to experience our shop and come see us and check it out and see what we're all about. So of course, I'm bummed when people come on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, when they don't get to experience the full market as a whole, but they still get to come see us. And we had we had a great turnout, and the trunk show got shipped back today. So no more what I was calling the sparkly unicorn colors. Those are gone and on their way back to Road Trip Sock Yarns onto their next adventure, whatever that might be. Hi, Mary. Um, yeah, I would say it was a pretty successful yarn crawl. Both of them were. So we're happy to be able to participate and always excited when it brings new people to the store, people that haven't seen where we are, and kind of experience it for the first time and get them to see it's not too far, it's not too scary, and they can come back and see us again in the future. Um, so what's new around the shop? I am wearing my finished winter Albina larch peds. It could be patch peds. Why not, Mary? Of course, I'm like got 2, 4, 5, 6. Let me get 6 stitches done, and then I can focus on talking to everybody. My sweater is finished. It's blocked. The ends are woven in. So winter albina, this is done with our custom Malabrigo color in Rios. The color is called Decada, and then it's striped with one of their horoscope colors. No, that's not the right word, is it? What do you call those? Astrology colors, Sagittarius, Scorpio. It's Monday, but it's done. It's blocked. So winter albina, a big boxy sweater, top down. It does have some neckline shaping here. Nice wide stripes, big split hem. And I did pin it when I blocked it because I wanted that big hem ribbing at the bottom to kind of lay nice and flat, but drops, shoulder, sleeves, no seaming. You pick up and knit everything as part of the sweater. Big collar that could be pulled up or rolled down. I put notes in Ravelry about the collar because I did pick up more stitches than what they called for in the pattern, but really that's the only modification I did. Otherwise, I did it the way the pattern was written. Sewn bind off on everything because I love how it looks, and I love how rhythmic it is to do. I like the finished look of it. So that is done. I have another finished thing to show off. It's not mine, it's Deb's, but you all need to see it to appreciate it because it's absolutely beautiful. So Deb and Ashley and Nicole and Karen, I think that was it, just the 4 of them, had sort of an informal knit along amongst them on their Saturdays with the pattern called Flower Child. It's a wool and pine pattern, fingering weight yarn. Karen did hers in red. Nope, it was a different one. Karen did hers with our friendship, our Dream in Color friendship color, I think. And I haven't gotten a picture of her in that, but Deb finished. She's got a stitch marker on here. I don't know what she's got a stitch marker on here for, but look at how absolutely beautiful this is. So top down, seamless. It's got this beautiful little picot edge collar, lace, bobbles. Karen put beads instead of all of her baubles. Deb put a pearl at the top and then put the rest of the baubles in under it, but look at that. Look at that lace, how beautiful that is. So the yarn she used is Variations Fingering. Man, on the YouTube feed, it looks very, very blue, but it is purple. I assure you, it is a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful purple. If you know Deb, that won't surprise you. So once you get past the lace yoke, it's just a solid body down, but it's just stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. It's got these little, I don't know, to me, they almost look like a little butterfly right above that little cluster. Just some like trapped stitches. It's just really, really beautiful. So Deb came in this evening and was showing it to me, and I said, I can hang on to this and show it off, right? So pink. Okay, Jackie, pink, yes. So that must have been the Dreaming Color one that she did. Jackie, is that the same one you're doing? Is that what you're doing with the bamboo pop sock? No, I don't remember. Or you did? There's too much going on around here. I feel like I used to be able to have it all under control, and now it's just going by the wayside. So that is the Flower Child by Wool and Pine. Projects I am working on. I should get my notes out and make sure that I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing here, talking about what I'm supposed to be talking about. I have 2 projects in progress. One is a knit one is a crochet one. So yours is Rose. Okay. Yeah. The Casapinka Mystery Knit Along, Hiss and Vinegar. I have started Clue 2. Clue 3 came out on Friday, so I'm not stressed about it because it's a knit along. And if I don't get it done by the time the knit along's over, that's okay. Pattern will still be available. It's still a fun knit. So this is what I have so far. So my guess is it's going to stay this shape. So it's 100 I think it's 120 stitches. Going to be like a long rectangle knit on the bias. So in typical Casapinka style, it's just a little bit of a sampler. 3 colors of fingering weight yarn, all 3 interplay nicely. These little fun, it's kind of like what was in Deb's sweater, a little bit of those trap stitches, little clusters up in here, little lace, a few little clusters down in here. So I've got a few more rows to do with this pattern section before I move on to the next thing. I have not looked at all at Clue 3 to see what's coming up. I know Clue 2, there was a lot going on in Clue 1. So mystery knit along means we don't know what the final shape is going to be other than knowing it's going to be a shawl. So all of this was Clue 1. I think I'm probably about halfway through Clue 2. I didn't even print it off, so I don't know. But I'm using 3 colors of the Wonderland Yarns confetti tweed. So it's got sparkle and it's got little tweedy bits in there. And it's a lot of fun. It's nothing overly complicated. If you're not a big fan of how Casapinka writes her mystery patterns, because there's a lot of extraneous information in there, it's easy enough to just kind of bypass all that and get right to the pattern part of things. And it's a really fun pattern to do. So I would encourage you to try it, or any of her samplers they're all really fun to do. So that's my knit project I'm working on. My crochet project is a little bit of a collaboration. So I don't know how many of you noticed last time I did a live a couple weeks ago, I had one of those compression things on my arm. Because I've been having problems with my elbow, and I think some of that might be crocheting. So I have kind of some people have ghost writers and we have ghost knitters here. I have a ghost crocheter for me because I fell in love with a top called the Woodstock Weekend, and it's a granny square crochet tank top. So Joe, who is also the one that finished my granny square, that movie night cardigan that I wore 2 weeks ago, was kind enough and loves crochet enough that she made all the granny squares for me so far. I do think I'm gonna have to do one more row of granny squares because it's too short, but, she just whipped this right out over the last week. So look at how stinking cute it is. Obviously, yes, it's short. I mean, it's supposed to be a cropped top, but that's pretty cropped. But all of these little granny squares have 4 rounds in them and 4 colors for the most part. They all have the cream on the outside, but so we picked Remix Light, Barocco Remix Light for this, 6 colors. And if you're familiar with or ever looked at a drops pattern, Drops is a company overseas. They do sell some yarn, but they have a ton of free patterns. Every time we see a drops pattern, we kind of hold our breath a little bit and are not quite sure what we're getting into because they are not written for beginners. But for crocheters who understand how to make a granny square, this would be fairly straightforward. They at least give you yardage and tell you how many squares to make in each color combination. And so I sent Joe home with the yarn for these squares last Wednesday. And she texted me last night that the squares were done. I spent today weaving in all the ends and starting to seam it together. It's not all the way seamed together. I've only done the horizontal seams and then the straps. But isn't it so stinking cute? I know, granny squares are everything right now. Yes, Jason Momoa helped with that some, but even before that, they were pretty popular. Chris and I were out at the bar a couple weeks ago and a woman had a top very similar to this and I just could not stop thinking about it and decided I needed one for myself. So that's the other work in progress. I'm probably going to send the yarn back with Joe and ask her to do one more row of granny squares down at the bottom and then we'll seam it together. It doesn't call for any sort of edging or anything on it. So we'll see. High-waisted pants are in right now too, which will be a good combination with this and that. So just a really fun little project. Remix Light is a great use for this. It's a lightweight yarn, isn't going to feel too hot or too heavy. So that's my other work in progress. It's just I just love it so much. Yeah, the 60s have definitely returned. Okay, so that's the projects we're working on. Madeline Tosh, Hue of the Moment. So we're participating with Madeline Tosh now with their color of the month, which they call Hue of the Moment, and we can get it in any weight. And so what I opted for this time around was 4 skeins of fingering and 4 skeins of worsted to try and give people ideas. What's funny is when it came, I thought, man, it looks an awful lot like my custom color that's in my sweater. It's different. There's not the teal in there and it's Madeline Tasha, not Malabrigo. But I know I'm onto something when I've got colors coming from multiple dyers that look similar. So the 4 skeins of fingering sold, but we've got 4 skeins of worsted. So this is the Hue of the Moment for August. This beautiful blue, speckly blue, called Mom Jeans. This base is their Tosh Vintage, which is 100% superwash worsted merino wool. 203 yards in 114 grams. So 1 skein would be great for a hat or a small cowl. A couple patterns that would lend themselves well to a yarn that's dyed with this kind of like speckly tonally look would be the dashed beanie or that nice stitch bandana cowl. Either one of those would take 1 skein. They're $32.50 a piece. I've got 4 of them. Two would make a larger cowl. If you wanted to do a striped sweater, you could do all four and then stripe them similarly to like what I'm wearing with some, either a dark navy, or you could do a completely different color. Like you could stripe it with a green. We've got lots of Rios on hand, different ideas. So we've got four of those. Hue of the moment, that's August's color. Mom jeans. New things in the shop. Molly Klein. We're all out of the custom kits that Molly did for us with the bag and the full skein of fingering weight and the mini skein. But she did a bunch of tonals for us that coordinate beautifully with our custom color from Malabrigo. So I gotta grab the basket. So here's our custom color from Malabrigo. This is the fingering weight on the ultimate sock. So it's definitely different, but it's got a similar vibe, that's for sure. So Molly did 5 different tonals that were to go. They were all based off our logo and the mood board, the same as the Malabrigo. So we got ocean, and they all work really well with the Malabrigo and on their own. Waterfall. We got the blue, we got the turquoise, and then 3 beautiful shades of gray. So we've got silver lining, ink, and gargoyle. So look at those. Look how beautiful those are. See the coloration in those, the light and the dark. And then there is quite a bit of variation amongst the skeins that we got from Molly as well. So like ink, all 3 of these are the same color. They're all ink, but some have a lot more of that dark gray. Some have a little bit less, but that's the darkest of the grays. The gargoyle is the medium. But what a beautiful fade that would be. I'm already planning all of my projects with these tonals from Molly. I'm also trying to think about the Stephen West mystery knit along that happens in October. I always try and do, yeah, Melissa's going to use the ink for the, is it Follow the Yellow Brick Road? Is that what it's called? With a contrast, really pretty red burgundy color. This as the body. It's going to be gorgeous. Stephen West does his mystery shawl knit along in October, and I try every year to use our custom color in that. And depending on what else he calls for, I'm hoping he calls for a bunch of tonals, because these would all just be absolutely gorgeous in there. So those are here, and we've got quite a few of those on hand. The skeins from Molly Klein are all fingering weight as well. She calls it her sweet sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Really good yardage, 460 yards per skein. Light bright sweater. Oh, Pam, I feel like I've heard of that one, but I can't picture what it looks like off the top of my head. We'll have to look that one up. So another new thing in the shop that I don't think I posted about yet, maybe I did. I can't even remember. I can't keep it straight. But we have felted dryer balls back now, and I've got them loose in just a big bin. And look at how stinking cute they are. Little sheeps on them. So they are ethically sourced, hand felted by women who are paid a fair wage in Nepal. They're $5 a piece. We've got a basket of them, so you could grab one, you could grab a bunch of them. Dryer balls are amazing for shortening your dry time. One hint that I had seen, woodland pine, woodland pine. Oh, okay. That's probably why it sounds familiar. Some people do complain that using the dryer balls instead of dryer sheets, they still get static. So I had seen somebody recommend that you put a big safety pin, pin a big safety pin into your dryer ball, into one or two of them. Every time they hit the metal on the drum of the dryer, that expels that static electricity. So just something to try if you struggle with that a little bit. I know I had struggled with that in the past. The other thing you can do is put essential oils on these. So if you like really yummy smelling laundry, you can put essential oils when you put stuff in the dryer, and it will give you that great smell, and you can change it up to whatever it is you want. Extra light bright is a fingering weight remix of light bright design for color activity. Seymour, I can't read everything that Melissa. It's not Karen's with the lighter twist. Okay. Extra light, right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so dryer balls are here. We've got lots of them. Can never have enough. I think they say for small loads, they recommend 3 to 4, and for larger loads, like 5 or 6 dryer balls in there. Okay, so I got a few other new things, but maybe I'll save those till next week. Well, I'll mention. Start using dryer sheets. Wash the dryer balls with a bunch of towels. No, I've never actually washed my dryer balls. So Sarah said since I started using them, I don't need dryer sheets. If the static starts up, wash the dryer balls with towels and then throw them back in the dryer. I have never actually washed my dryer balls. I should do that sometime. I do need to shave them because they got kind of, the ones I have at home got kind of pilly, but I also need more. So lucky for me, I know where to get some. So I will mention quick a couple of the new things that we got here in the shop. So one is a new version of the rechargeable neck lights with a thinner band on it. So I had heard, and I have problems with this too. If you know me, you know I have neck issues. I have had issues in the past with some of these neck lights being too heavy or too bulky on my neck. This one is, first of all, purple. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? But it's very flexible. The pieces are long and they're easy to bend, and it's really, really lightweight. You don't have that big bulk around the back. It does come with the charging cord. It's a USB-C style charging cord. Different 6 LED lights on each side, stepless dimming features, 3 degrees of color temperature, and anywhere from 4 to 15 hours of use time with them. So we've got these in stock now. Look at how flexible they are. They're just like so bendy and stuff. And so these run $36.50. We've got them in the shop now. And the other thing we got, oops, I just turned that one on. Are these dome LED lighted magnifiers. So I thought these were really interesting. It's a big dome light that you could put over your pattern or over your book. And so it's a magnifier, but it's a light also. And it's pretty, sturdy, I guess is the right word. I mean, it's heavy in a way that it would actually sit on a book or on your pattern and not slide around all over the place. 5 times magnification, 3 bright LEDs illuminate your viewing area, rechargeable USB-C cord included. So these are kind of cool little things too. Dome lights, those are 36.50 as well. So we're trying to help you any way we can to make sure that you can continue to see all the things you need to see, knitting or otherwise. Julie, sure thing. Mom, okay, yep, we'll set one aside for you. Okay, so let's talk prizes. Everybody who came in for the Heartland Yarn Adventure, if you did not, if things got too chaotic and we didn't have you fill out a prize drawing slip, I did go through and fill out a couple after the fact when it was people that we knew. Oops, turning all the lights on now. So if you feel like you didn't if you didn't fill out a prize drawing slip, don't worry, we got you in there. So my super fancy bucket that I had to borrow from Barbara Bacon. All of our entries in there. Look at them. We'll mix them all up. So we have 2 prizes. One is another awesome set of Chigu Twist minis. This is their large set. So this is their interchangeable small circumference circular needles that go from size 9 to 11. So you get the tips and 3 cords to make either a 12-inch or 14-inch circumference. So really great. You guys hear me talking about the blue set all the time that I use, like for this sweater that I'm wearing, lots of the worsted weight sweaters. This is the larger set. So if you're needing needles sizes 9 to 11, it's a really great set. So we'll draw for that first. And I'm not looking and I'm mixing them all up. They've all been mixed up because this is not the bowl that people were putting things in. We had our really cute little Wool Story yarn box was our collection receptacle. So the winner for the Chigu needles is Sarah Romero. Let me see. I'm going to cover up her stuff so you can't see stuff, but Sarah, congratulations. You're just going to have to come back and see me again. I don't know what to tell you. I know that's going to be, it's going to be a tough sell for Rick, but you know. All right. So the other prize is a bag of 5 skeins of Barocco modern linen. So this is one of their newer yarns. Well, I'm not going to open the whole bag, but it is 100% linen. 273 yards in each skein. So it's a DK weight yarn. You get 5 skeins, you get a whole bag of it. And you also get one of their pattern books. All the patterns in this book use this yarn. And so, yeah, another really great prize. We appreciate that both Barocco and Chigu donate prizes. You're yelling in the car. We appreciate that Barocco and Chigu both donated prizes for us to give to all of you, or to 2 of you. I'm dropping them on the floor. Don't worry. Make sure I got them all. And so the winner for the Barocco yarn is Sarah Bramling. Sarah Bramling. She is not one that we know. So somebody new. Awesome. So congratulations, Sarah. We will be in touch with you and we will get that on its way to you. It's an out of town area code. So not really sure where she's from, but excited that somebody won something. So congratulations, Sarah and Sarah. What are the chances of that? Um, thank you all for participating. If you came through during either yarn crawl, we had a great time. And hope you did too. Hope if this was your first time coming to the shop, you come back and see us again. Um, that is all I have for you all tonight. I pretty much, I'm pretty sure we're back to kind of regularly scheduled programming now. No big events happening. Um, we're probably going to be starting to ramp up classes. So if there are classes that you're interested in that you would like to hear about or learn about, let us know and we'll try and get them on the schedule. We'd like to keep Joyce busy. Maybe we can get Suzanne back in here for some classes too. So, yeah, I I hope everybody has a great night and a great week. And probably I need to put a different shirt on before I go outside because it is still, well, 77. So it's cooling down out there. So have a great week. If we don't see you here in the shop, then we will reconvene next Monday at 7 o'clock back here again. So have a great week. Be creative, keep knitting, crocheting, cooking, making soap, doing whatever it is you're doing. Be creative. Enjoy the summer while it's here. It's short-lived. Not ready for it to be cool yet. I know some of you are. Not this girl.